If you're anything like me, you're always striving for more in life. When is my next promotion? How can I make more money? What is it gonna take to get to that next level? And if you clicked on this video, you're looking to get to that next level. From an SDR to an account executive, maybe you're just in software sales and interested in best practices. You're gonna find all of that and more in this video, so make sure to leave a like now to support the channel. I started my career at a fast-growing software company as an SDR right out of college. No clue what I was doing, no internships, no experience, no history. I had never made a single dial before. And everyone said, Trent, you sound like a used car salesman. You talk super fast. And I faced that question that all of you will face at some point in your sales career. Is sales really for me? And I questioned myself the first month, and fortunately, I was able to answer, sales is absolutely for me. This is what I want to be doing, and I'd encourage you to ask this question now. So many SDRs that I see, I can just tell, sales isn't for them, and that's not a problem. And if sales isn't for you, that's okay. Have the self-awareness to recognize, although I can make a lot of money, although I can have a great work-life balance and not sell my soul, it may not be for me. And just note that you can continue to work in the technology industry, a software company, despite not wanting to be in sales. Sales is actually, SDR in particular, is actually the perfect leaping pad to go to marketing, customer success, a solution engineer giving demos. You can do all that and more. So have the self-awareness to recognize if sales isn't for me, if I don't like what I'm doing, if I don't like getting body bagged on the phone, if I can't accept rejection, if I'm not willing to constantly strive to get better, and sales isn't for you, that's okay. Go on to some of those other paths. If sales is for you, like it is for me, then you're wondering, how do I get to that next level sooner rather than later? And I'm gonna talk about what it took for me to get to that next level. But the first point is that you should slow down. And let me explain. You're probably wanting to watch this video to accelerate your ability to promote sooner rather than later, and I completely accept that. I see so many SDRs come in and say, how do I promote? How do I promote? I want to increase my on-target earnings by 5%, whatever it may be. I want to be closing deals. I'm ready. I felt like I was ready to promote to an account executive for about 9 months before I promoted. And for better, for worse, I was forced to stay in my SDR role due to me not being able to hit that next level quota and due to a time restraint as well. And those were actually the most important days of my entire sales career, in my opinion, because the foundational skills you learn and seek to master as an SDR will set you up for success in the near term and into the future. Don't just think a quarter ahead, think 5, think 10, think 15 years ahead. And if you were looking at your career in a 15 or 20 year time horizon, would you feel impatient to promote at the end of this quarter, or would you accept promoting in 2 to 3 quarters? Recognize that unless you are absolutely elite at prospecting, at time management, at building relationships, at communication, at persuasion is an ongoing, it's an infinite pursuit, then you shouldn't be so eager to promote. You should rather focus on, how can I build my skills now in a more low stakes way so that when I eventually do promote to an account executive, I'm ready to absolutely hit the ground running. And that was the case for me. I was an SDR for 2 years. And if you're interested in my career trajectory and arc, check me out on LinkedIn. You can see all of my pace and history, and any sales gurus. I'm not a guru. I'm actually a rep that's in the front lines, cold calling. I've made 43,000 cold calls, and I've been there, I've done that, and I'm still doing it. Any sales channels you listen to, ask yourself, what are they trying to sell me? And how do they actually perform as a rep? I'm not selling you anything. I'm just asking that you hit the thumbs up on the videos, leave comments for the algorithms, and subscribe, and hit the bell. Aside, I'm not trying to sell you anything, and check me out on LinkedIn. All of my pace and history is there. I haven't missed my quota in 3 years. 3 years. And the way, that's like 12 quarters. The way I've been able to do that is by perseverance and by mastering the skills to become a more successful rep. I think self-awareness is the next piece that's really important. You're self-aware enough to recognize, hey, sales is for me. I want a career in sales. You're eventually gonna have to ask yourself the question, do I wanna pursue leadership management, or do I wanna continue upward to the enterprise software sales route? And when you get to that level, you really need to have your stuff down and be super efficient. But when you think about the skills you need to master today, I wanna start with prospecting, because this never goes away. The secret to continued success in software sales as an account executive in a revenue closing role is the ability to generate consistent pipeline. What is another role in software sales where you generate pipeline? Oh, as an SDR, that's your entire goal. Your entire incentive structure is set around setting up meetings, booking demos, generating high quality pipeline. And if you're an SDR who's just reliant on having a great relationship with your reps and them accepting borderline ops, then you're never going to be successful as an account executive, because you really need to generate high quality pipeline, because the better the quality of the pipeline, the higher probability of the actual close rate. And as an SDR, you need to be able to know how to look into a book of business and say, these are the prospects with my money, this is who I prioritize. And you're able to cold call, you're able to send emails, you're able to do campaigns, you're able to social sell, you're able to do all of these channels to consistently set up meetings, and you're also willing to do the activity each and every day in a consistent fashion. That is what I learned as an SDR, because I did it. I made 100 calls a day for months, years, consistently, 43,000 cold calls. You can't hide that. And by doing the reps, they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something. I don't think I've called for 10,000 hours, but I'm certainly close. And by having those reps, I now know that the cornerstone to my account executive life, anytime I feel like I'm struggling, anytime I have uncertainty, anytime I don't know what to do, I say, let me take a step back and let me do what I'm really good at. I'm good at prospecting. So that's what I do. I start knocking on doors, I start hitting the phones, and I start prospecting. That is never going away. And if you think just because you reach a certain level in your sales career that you're not going to have to call, then you're wrong. Then you're absolutely wrong, and you're most likely not going to make it, and you're going to plateau. So if you're an SDR right now and you're fortunate enough to have a lot of runway between you and the account executive, be happy, because you have time to learn and develop so that when you do become an account executive, you're ready to absolutely kill it. I'd say the next skill that's really important is time management. As an SDR, it's really easy to mess around and just say, hey, I'll call in the morning, I'll call in the evening, I'll do some prospecting in between, I'll send my emails, and I'm good to go. That's fun, and you can collaborate with your colleagues, you have a lot of camaraderie, and I see all the SDRs, and they sit over here in the office, and it's the end of the day right now, and I stayed till I was the last one so I can make this video. And they have a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun as an SDR. But when you become an account executive, you're a lot more in your own space, because if you're not prospecting, you're working deals, you're trying to close revenue, you're preparing for a demo, you're building a proposal. It never stops. So you really need to have great time management skills and be able to prioritize and say, although I've done everything over here, although I'm nervous and anxious that they're not going to sign my agreement over here, let me go make my calls nonetheless, and that will set me up for success. The final piece to promote from an SDR to an account executive is go speak with account executives at your company. A lot of people ask me, Trent, what advice do you have? I'm a new rep, I'm about to start, I want to repeat success like you've seen. Go speak with the most successful reps. When I was about to promote, I set up time with the reps that I respected, that I admired, that I wanted to be like. And I said, what are you doing? What are you doing differently? How do you spend your time? And you just ask them, how do they think about things you're curious about? And by using their frameworks, you can just copy what they do and add it to the way you do things, and that will make you more successful as a result. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments down below, what other video topic ideas do you have, and what are you doing to put yourself in a position to promote sooner rather than later? Of course, hit the subscribe button for more sales videos, and ring that little ding! Ring the little bell so you're notified for videos. Connect with me on LinkedIn if you'd like to join networks and see my pace and history, and I'll talk to you in the next video.